The forbidden dimension. The sun was setting over the pixelated horizon, casting a golden glow over the blocky world. Alex, tired from a long day of mining, decided to explore a new cave she'd discovered earlier. Little did she know, this cave wasn't like any she had explored before. The deeper she went, the darker it became. Her torches flickered as if something was watching. At the end of the tunnel, she found an ancient, glowing portal, unlike any she'd ever seen before. It was pulsing with eerie, purple light and humming softly. "What is this?" she whispered. She stepped closer, heart racing. Something pulled her in, like an invisible force, and before she could stop herself, she was sucked through the portal. The world around her shifted in a blur, and when it cleared, she was standing in a place that didn't feel like Minecraft at all. The sky was black, swirling with storm clouds, and the ground beneath her feet was made of strange, shifting blocks. It was a dimension nobody had ever seen before, a forbidden world that wasn't meant to exist. Suddenly, a shadowy figure appeared in the distance. It was huge, towering over her, its eyes glowing red. "You shouldn't be here," it growled in a deep, haunting voice. "Leave, or face the consequences." Alex gripped her sword tightly. She wasn't going to let fear stop her. "I'm not leaving without answers," she said, her voice steady. The figure laughed, a chilling sound that echoed through the dimension. "Then prepare yourself. This world is not what it seems. And you, Alex, have just unlocked its darkest secret." Alex took a cautious step forward, her sword raised, eyes locked on the towering figure. The storm above crackled with energy, as if the very sky was alive. The air was thick with a strange, unnatural humidity. She could feel the hairs on the back of her neck stand up. "What do you mean? What is this place?" Alex demanded, her voice echoing off the shifting landscape. The figure stepped forward, its eyes burning like embers. "This is the Void Realm," it said, its voice like a growl, "a place created from forbidden magic so powerful it could tear apart the very fabric of Minecraft itself. You have disturbed it, Alex." Her heart pounded. She had heard stories of the Void, a dark force from old myths, but she never thought it could be real. This was a world beyond anything she'd ever encountered, and the figure before her was no ordinary enemy. The ground beneath her feet rumbled. She looked down, her heart skipping a beat. The blocks were alive, shifting and warping like something sentient. Before she could react, the ground cracked open, and a flood of creatures, shadowy, twisted versions of mobs she recognized, began to rise from the depths. Their glowing red eyes fixed on her. Alex gritted her teeth. "I didn't come here to fight your twisted monsters. I came to understand what's happening." The figure's grin twisted into something cruel. "The Void is not something you can understand. It is chaos. It is destruction. And now, you will become part of it." Suddenly, the sky above her erupted in thunder. Bolts of lightning crackled through the air, striking the ground with terrifying force. One struck the ground near Alex, sending her flying backwards. She slammed into the ground, dazed and gasping for air. But she couldn't stop now. She had to push forward. Climbing to her feet, she looked around, searching for any way to escape. Her mind raced. There had to be a weakness, a way to fight back against whatever dark magic this dimension was made of. Then, her eyes landed on something in the distance, a massive floating structure high above the ground. It was dark, but there was a faint, pulsing light coming from within. The figure's deep laugh broke her focus. "You think you can escape? There is no escape from the Void. The longer you stay here, the more you'll become like us." "Not if I can help it," Alex muttered to herself, ignoring the voice of the figure. Her instincts screamed at her to run towards the floating structure. She turned and sprinted, the twisted creatures beginning to chase after her. They were faster than any mobs she had encountered before, shadowy figures that phased in and out of existence, their claws snapping at the air. Alex leapt over jagged, shifting blocks, ducked under fallen pillars, and narrowly avoided being struck by bolts of lightning that seemed to rain down from the sky itself. She reached the base of the floating structure and found a staircase leading up into its shadowy depths. Without hesitation, she ran up the stone steps, heart pounding. As she ascended, the eerie hum of the portal behind her grew louder. She knew she didn't have much time before the creatures would close in. When she reached the top, she found herself standing in front of a large obsidian doorway. The pulsing light emanated from within, a strange, golden glow that beckoned her closer. She stepped inside, sword raised, unsure of what awaited her. Inside, the room was vast and circular, with tall, black pillars stretching up into the sky. At the center of the room, a large floating crystal hovered in mid-air, glowing with the same golden light. Around it, strange symbols floated in the air, shifting and changing with a mind of their own. The room felt alive. Suddenly, the figure appeared again, standing in the doorway. Its glowing red eyes fixed on Alex with cold intensity. "You think the crystal will save you?"